A lot of people really stress about setting goals and sticking to them very precisely and accurately. But I'm going to prove to you guys right now that setting systems is much more important than setting goals. So let's look at this from a logical standpoint for a second, because logic always wins. If someone has very good goals, right? They want to be rich when they're older, they want to make a lot of money, they want to have a family, they want kids, right? They can go about achieving these goals in a lot of different ways. So it seems very daunting because there's no set path to achieving these goals. The other thing with goals is, who do you guys know that doesn't have big goals? Literally everyone has big goals, whether they're BS or whether they actually believe that they can achieve them. It doesn't even matter because they're just goals. I can literally make a goal right now. You can literally change your goals depending on your mood, depending on anything. But something that you can really count on and really rely on is a system that you go by every single day. And this could be however you want it to be. If you guys work better with a strict routine where every day at 1 p.m. you go to the gym and stuff like that, then do that. Literally, go get a journal and write out your routine. If you have a good idea of what you're going to do in a day in your head, then go by that. But these systematic habits that we implement into our lives are really what make the difference, and our overall success can be judged on our habits. You can look down the trajectory of your current habits and see where you'll be in 10 years very easily. And it's not even that complicated. Think about it. If you're saving $1,000 every single month consistently, obviously you're going to be wealthy in the future because you're building up that habitual framework for wealth that you need to achieve that goal. And let's think about something else for a second. This is another thing. Let's take a person that has great systems and great discipline. Every day they complete their tasks, but they don't have a great end goal. Let's take a boxer, for instance. A boxer, he goes training every single day, but his goal has never been to go professional. He just wants to better his body, or maybe he's even doing it for fun. It doesn't even matter, because whatever he does with his life, it will be positively benefited by all that work he put into boxing, even if it's not something physical, because he will have a stronger mental capacity for hard things, because he's dealt with boxing day in and day out throughout his whole life. So that is why goals are not nearly as important as setting these systems that you can stick to every single day and just go by them, and you don't even have to think about it. You can go into a mode of just doing these things. You don't even have to contemplate doing them. It just becomes a part of who you are. If I don't work out for a certain amount of days, I will start to get depressed and anxious because I know that I'm not making progress. Not making progress is very scary to me at this point because I already know so much about what progress is. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with a certain example. I got this example from the book Atomic Habits. I've read about 20 pages so far. I just got it in the mail yesterday. But it seems like a great book. It's by James Clear. And an analogy that he used for success is this. If you put an ice cube in a room, and that room is 26 degrees, it's about 6 degrees away from its melting point, right? Now, if you turn the temperature in that room up to 29 degrees, it's only 3 degrees away from its melting point. Except you don't really see any difference in the actual appearance of the ice cube because the change is so minuscule that it wasn't able to provide any sort of reaction. That being said, if that temperature of that room goes forward another 3 degrees to 32 degrees, which is the melting point of ice, when ice turns into water, then you will see that ice cube melt. It works the exact same way with success. There is a graph, and once you break through that barrier, you will start seeing success. If you think right now that you've been putting a lot of work into something and you haven't achieved the correct results like the ones that you want and are striving for, then you probably just need to double down and start putting even more work in, because chances are you are close to that success. And it's not to say that success will come very gradually. It can come very rapidly. But what a lot of people think is that only celebrities and only famous people, they've gotten to the places that they are because of luck. And that is almost never the case, because you only hear and see the parts where they already have their fame. You didn't see the hours and hours of trial and error that went into it. Just like me with this YouTube channel. If you found me from my Andrew Tate Exposed video that got 3.6 thousand views, you're obviously going to have a skewed perception of the amount of work that I put in. But the truth is, I've been making these videos every single day for months. But that successful video only popped up after X amount of time, right? My previously most viewed video was like 400 views or something like that. So there could be a huge jump in the amount of success that you see, and it could be fast. But it is almost always the result of these systematic habits that we put in place in our life that in the short term don't really do much, but in the long term make you literally the successful person that you want to become. And this is the irony about instant gratification as well. In the short term, you don't see much lost from partaking in video games, vaping, and all this stuff that we know is bad for us. But in the long term, you won't ever get the results that you want because your habits are bad and are not conducive to success. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for the video. Set systems for yourself, not habits. Check out the book Atomic Habits if you want. I'm not sponsored, obviously. It's just a great book. And with that being said, thank you for watching.